Welcome to the Lazy Bear Lodge and Cafe. Come on in. When people come to the north, they expect to see something as what is offered here at the Lazy Bear Lodge, and that's of course the log cabin motif. This is what we call a Scandinavian hearth, which means that you have your combustion chamber, but then you also have air that's moving up from under the floor, going through the combustion chamber, and then is broken in half and goes down a cavernous area down each side, and then rejoins in the bottom and goes up the chimney. So what that does is in a toilet fashion, in a sense, it goes up before it's flushed back down and then goes back up again. We have 3 species of trees, one of which is called black spruce, another one which is called white spruce. And we also have eastern larch or tamarack. In several areas we've put together what we call feature logs, such as the rafter up in the corner here. We like to incorporate timber like that because what it does is it features or enhances the idea of the twisted boreal forest. Also in the rooms, there's generally one feature log in all of the rooms, either incorporating a big burl or some sort of a twisted log with branches coming off. We've incorporated a lot of recycled material. The 1,000 logs that we have in the building all came from forest fire killed logs from the boreal forest. The floor comes from the Canadian National Railway, which built a warehouse here in the 1920s. If you look at the length of logs, you can see very thick on one end and then very thin on the other. And that's because the taper on the logs, because of the growing conditions here. A lot of the logs are over 150 years old. We have some logs that are over 500 years old, but again, I say that they're all forest fire killed logs. They would have rotted in a few decades if we had left them. And this is the main entrance to the lodge from Kelsey Boulevard, just on the edge of Churchill. We are not in the middle of Churchill, but we are on what we would call, I guess, a suburb, so to speak, but we're within 15 minutes walking distance from downtown. It allows us perhaps a more natural or darker area to view northern lights. We have the tundra right behind us. The Churchill River is off in the distance, perhaps 500 yards, but we do have access to Kelsey Boulevard, the main street that leads into the town of Churchill. We are 2 stories. We have our main floor, which is 16 rooms downstairs, and of course, we have a staircase going upstairs. We have an additional 17 rooms upstairs. Each of our rooms is, as I say, a handcrafted log cabin in its own right. All the rooms incorporate at least 1 log wall, sometimes 2, and of course pine on the outsides if necessary. We also have log ceiling beams. This particular room, room number 5 I had mentioned earlier, also incorporates this S-shaped log. Indicative again of the twisted nature of the trees in the boreal forest because of the harsh conditions right here next to the tree line. All our rooms are identical. We have 2 double beds in each room, and what it does for us is when we offer group tours, we can more easily place people. The cafe, anybody's welcome to come to the cafe. Of course, it's open to the public. We have specialized in indigenous foods such as sirloin of Rouladen muskox, and also caribou pepper steak, as well as French-Canadian Arctic char. And in season, we also offer Hudson Bay speckled trout, as well as Hudson Bay Greenland cod, all of which are indigenous to the area, or at least the super area around Churchill. So we have an extensive wildlife season. That's why we're here. That's why we operate. We make people's dreams come true because we have something, I believe, that was it's very special in the sense that it is a traditional northern motif.